Enter visa-free stay for 30 days. Why China is looking to woo tourists from 74 countries. China woos tourists from 74 countries to boost tourism, the economy, and soft power. China has loosened its visa policy, allowing tourists from 74 countries to stay for up to 30 days without a visa. More than 20 million foreign visitors entered without a visa in 2024, almost one-third of the total and more than double from the previous year, according to the National Immigration Administration. After lifting tough COVID-19 restrictions, China reopened its borders to tourists in early 2023, but only 13.8 million people visited in that year, less than half the 31.9 million in 2019, the last year before the pandemic. In December 2023, China announced visa-free entry for citizens of France, Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, Spain, and Malaysia. Almost all of Europe has been added since then. Travelers from 5 Latin American countries and Uzbekistan became eligible last month, followed by 4 in the Middle East. The total will grow to 75 on July 16 with the addition of Azerbaijan. About 2/3 of the countries have been granted visa-free entry on a one-year trial basis. No major African country is eligible for visa-free entry, despite the continent's relatively close ties with China. Those from 10 countries not in the visa-free scheme have another option, entering China for up to 10 days if they depart for a different country than the one they came from. The policy is limited to 60 ports of entry, according to the country's National Immigration Administration. The transit policy applies to 55 countries, but most are also on the 30-day visa-free entry list. It does offer a more restrictive option for citizens of the 10 countries that aren't the Czech Republic, Lithuania, Sweden, Russia, the United Kingdom, Ukraine, Indonesia, Canada, the US, and Mexico. Aside from the UK, Sweden is the only other high-income European country that didn't make the 30-day list. Ties with China have frayed since the ruling Chinese Communist Party sentenced a Swedish bookseller, Gui Minhai, to prison for 10 years in 2020. Gui disappeared in 2015 from his seaside home in Thailand but turned up months later in police custody in mainland China. This really helps people to travel because it is such a hassle to apply for a visa and go through the process, Georgi Shavits, a Georgian living in Austria, told the Associated Press AP on a recent visit to the Temple of Heaven in Beijing. While most tourist sites are still packed with far more domestic tourists than foreigners, travel companies and tour guides are now bracing for a bigger influx in anticipation of summer holiday goers coming to China. "I'm practically overwhelmed with tours and struggling to keep up," says Gao Jun, a veteran English-speaking tour guide with over 20 years of experience. To meet growing demand, he launched a new business to train anyone interested in becoming an English-speaking tour guide. "I just can't handle them all on my own," he said. For Norwegian traveler Øystein Sporsheim, this means his family would no longer need to make 2 round-trip visits to the Chinese embassy in Oslo to apply for a tourist visa, a time-consuming and costly process with 2 children in tow. "They don't very often open, so it was much harder," he told AP. "The new visa policies are 100% beneficial to us," Jenny Zhao, a managing director of Wild China, which specializes in boutique and luxury routes for international travelers, told AP. She said business is up 50% compared with before the pandemic. While the US remains their largest source market, accounting for around 30% of their current business, European travelers now make up 1,520 of their clients, a sharp increase from less than 5 before 2019, according to Zhao. "We're quite optimistic," Zhao said. "We hope these benefits will continue." Swipe left for next. Videotrip.com Group, a Shanghai-based online travel agency, said the visa-free policy has significantly boosted tourism. Air, hotel, and other bookings on their website for travel to China doubled in the first 3 months of this year compared with the same period last year, with 75 of the visitors from visa-free regions. With AP Input's latest blogs.